Derby news here.
Yo, what up guys? I got some breaking fucking news, and it turns out that Boogie2988 has an active warrant out for his arrest following the one-sided gunfight he had with Frank Hassel. Now, if you're not familiar with who Frank Hassel is and haven't been keeping up with that fucking drama, well, I'll try and give you the Cliff Notes version of that. Very interesting, very entertaining. I highly recommend catching up on it, but Frank Hassel is a comedian. He goes out and, before his channel got terminated on YouTube, he'd film himself doing vlogs where he'd actively try and provoke people out in random places.
Want me to spot you? Maybe squirt some water in your mouth while you lift? I'm good. I'm just gonna hang out here and like kind of narrate what you're doing. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna narrate. No. This weird Sunder guy here is about to do some lifting with some really small weights, guys. It's like weights like my mom would lift probably. He's wearing very feminine clothing. It's kind of strange.
Essentially just trolling the public, filming these overly angry responses he'd get. Personally, I think it's a bit of a dick move to be disturbing people just trying to live their lives, but obviously there's a market for that type of content, you know, and he does a really good job at it. Now, he's recently taken to trolling Boogie2988.
I'm down for anything that's funny, and this is hilarious. This guy is
I am an unwitting
insane.
Participant in your joke.
As we all know, Boogie is absolutely horrible when it comes to taking criticism. Absolutely horrible when it comes to dealing with trolls on the internet. And you can imagine that Frank had no fucking trouble whatsoever getting under his skin. They've had some very heated exchanges. Boogie, on numerous occasions, has invited Frank to his house and threatened to gun him down the moment he steps up to his door.
You know where I live. Knock, motherfucker. Knock, motherfucker.
I will.
You want to see it? You'll see it tonight. Come on by. You know where I live, Frank. I'm waiting. We're locked and loaded. Show the fuck up.
You are unhinged, dude.
Yes, I am. Surprise, surprise. The guy with mental health issues, after being harassed for 3 months by your fucking pussy ass, got a little unhinged. Who's fucking surprised by that?
Boogie also said that he'd kill Frank Hassel and take pleasure doing it.
This is status fucking quo for me. So show the fuck up, and let me show you how I handle status quo.
Why do you keep threatening to shoot me? This is weird.
Because I'm going to fucking kill you and take pleasure doing it. That's I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna take pleasure.
Shut the fuck up.
And when Frank Hassel takes him up on his bluff by going to his home, which I'm not encouraging that type of behavior, but what do you expect, alright? You invite some guy to your home saying that you're going to take pleasure in killing them, and you have the audacity to act surprised when they actually show up, and you, being a public figure, have a very easy to find address? Yeah, Frank shows up to his house, rings the doorbell, is unarmed, really poses zero threat to Boogie. He's not actively, like, destroying stuff in his yard. He's just fucking standing, pacing outside the door, you know, and Boogie, instead of deciding to call the police, he opens the door and threatens Frank with a weapon. A weapon that he isn't legally allowed to own. A weapon that belongs to his roommate.
It's his gun I'm going to kill you with. It's his gun I'm going to kill you with. We've been hanging out since you fucking made your post on Dixon.
I don't think you should threaten to kill people with other people's guns. That seems very dangerous.
Boogie, instead of gunning down the intruder, decides to fire a warning shot into the air.
In about 30 seconds, I'm going to fire a warning shot.
Fire it now! Okay. Fire the warning shot now.
Is this what we have to do?
Any responsible gun owner knows that you'd have to be a complete fucking idiot to fire a bullet into the air, especially when you're in a residential area, when you're in a populated area. You don't know what that bullet's gonna hit. If you're aiming it at a target, you know you're going to hit something. You know you're going to hit your fucking target. You pull it open to the air, the bullet is at the mercy of chaos itself. That bullet could end up hitting someone's fucking child on the way home from school. And this warning shot is the reason why Boogie is under arrest. It's illegal to recklessly discharge a weapon like that. Boogie was doing his absolute hardest to LARP as this tough guy on the internet to try and get some internet clout and possibly scare away his trolls. acting like a complete fucking psycho trying to scare people off from criticizing him. And it backfired. It backfired. I mean, for years, people have been telling Boogie to just ignore these trolls, to ignore the unfair criticism he'd get. And honestly, a lot of the criticism he gets is fair, but there are obviously people that will nitpick every little fucking detail. Those are the people you really should be ignoring at the end of the day. Frank had brought up one of his motivations behind trolling Boogie, and it was because him and many other people that have been criticizing Boogie, right? Like, if you go onto Kiwi Farms, a lot of people are bringing up the fact that they're concerned over how Boogie interacts with women in their late teens and early 20s. And one thing that does not help Boogie's case whatsoever is that when pressed on this topic, he will lie about it. He's been caught in numerous lies. I mean, Frank confronted him about this on the interview, and Boogie challenged him to name any woman under the age of 25 that he's dated.
I've read a lot about Boogie online, and I have a personal friend who he's like victimized with his lies and his weird, almost pedophilic behavior that he engages in. It's very strange and very disturbing. He's a 45-year-old man hitting up girls in their late teens and early 20s to come to his house.
I've literally never done that, Frank. That's a lie. Why are you lying?
I'm telling the truth.
I've never done that, Frank.
You have.
Well, I mean, if he's hitting up a girl that's of age,
name a girl under the age of 25. I haven't fucking name a girl under the age of 25. I've hit up. Frank, go right ahead, because you fucking can't, because they don't fucking exist.
He says they don't exist, but there's evidence of this existing. Evidence of him even admitting that he has. Take this clip from the H3 podcast where he brags about one of his hookups not even being old enough to drink.
She's a strong, powerful, smart girl. For her age,
strong,
I just
independent.
was just shocked.
How old is she? How old is she? What's the age?
She will be able to legally drink soon.
Damn, you dog, dude.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
It's not bad. She's illegal. You're out there. You're shaking your dick.
And this coincides with a video Lucy Fox put out where she alleges that Boogie was very abusive towards her.
Things started progressing and got worse. Like, at first, Asshole was really nice, you know. He'd take me out, you know, there was no issue. You know, he would maybe get me a present once in a while. Mostly hand-me-downs, you know, so we wouldn't have to pay for anything. And then it got to the point where, okay, well, I need to go to Los Angeles because I need to go shoot for some production companies, right? He was hesitant on that. He was like, why don't you just stay at home? Well, I'm not making any money at home right now because it's a slow season and I can't go anywhere because every time I try to leave your house, you scream and yell at me. It got to the point where every night I'd go home in tears because Asshole thought it was a good idea to scream at me, you know, about everything. Oh, you're not, you know, you're not here enough. You aren't, you know, you're just fucking annoying and you just don't want to listen to me, blah, 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 blah. You know, you don't mean shit to me. You don't mean shit. You're just a fucking piece of shit. Okay, well, thanks. Appreciate it.
Now, Boogie denies these claims.
There was one girl who claimed it, and even though it's clear as day to most people that she was lying, some people choose that they want to believe her, and that's okay. But you hear these rumors, and you think, oh, Boogie's a lying, manipulative, monstrous piece of shit.
When something like this is put out into the public, people are going to investigate it and rightfully want to look into these potential victims. And Lucy Fox even states that Boogie is doing this to women younger than her when she was 19 years old. I mean, how much younger can you get?
What I went through is something nobody should have to endure. And the fact that I know that he's doing this to other people, to other girls that are younger than me, makes me very upset.
Truth is, the
Game was rigged from the start.
No, I fully believe that Boogie should be going to jail for this. First of all, someone as mentally unstable as he is, all right? Someone who's expressed, you know, being suicidal, someone who's made threats like that, saying he's going to kill someone and take pleasure doing it. That type of person who's mentally unstable has no fucking place handling a firearm. I'm gonna be fucking real with you. He should not have been given access to that gun, and he should not have been allowed to discharge it in the reckless fashion that he did. You know, it's not even his gun, it's a gun he got from his roommate. It's his roommate's weapon. He had no reason to open the door. He had no reason to be handling the weapon himself. His roommate should have been the one doing that. And it was all around just a horrible way to handle the situation. Realistically, Boogie should have just gunned him down, you know? I mean, I hate to be that fucking blunt about it, but like, if you decide to pull a gun on someone, you should be prepared to use it. Otherwise, he really had no reason to pull out a gun in the first place. You're supposed to lock yourself in, call the police, and let them handle it. If he's actively trying to break into the home, which he showed no indication he was going to do that, that's when you should fucking pull out the weapon. You know, when he's posing a credible threat to you, not when he's fucking standing outside your door and knocking, you know? What, does that give me the right to gun down some Girl Scout knocking on my door trying to sell me cookies? Right? You can't just fucking... There's no legitimate reason there to pull out a firearm. No legitimate reason.
When I saw this post on Dewmonic Abyss's community page, I was so disgusted, I fell to the ground screaming and crying.